Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Jaded Game Makers. I am the host, Martin, a tired, jaded game maker with many years of dev experience. And joining me today, as always, is my guest, Teddy.
Yeah, I'm Teddy, and I'm also a Jaded game maker, ex-developer turned game designer, game producer, and I've got my own game studio called Defiant Bear, and it's fun and tiring, very tiring.
Indeed it is. Cool. So today we're going to look at a bit of a different game to what we are usually looking at. It's called Realm Grinder, and it's an adventure capitalist type of game. So what this means is that you basically build buildings by clicking on icons. These buildings produce money. Once you have enough money, you can upgrade these buildings or build more buildings. There are also in-game events, you can buy assistants. All of these things basically help you in producing more money. You can cast spells, etc. And so, well, I'm conflicted about this game. On one hand, I think it is cool that you can make games like this because this is a game that a small team of developers or even just one person can make very easily on their own. And it's cool that games like this are played and that they are successful, that you can make money doing games like this. But on the other hand, I mean, this game is just about clicking, right? Like, there's no problems to solve. There's no experiences to be had. You're not very creative playing this game, and so I have to say that while I think it's cool that games like this can be made and that they can be successful, I really don't recommend this game for anyone. Please don't play this. So that's my verdict. How do you feel about this game?
That's a brutal verdict, yeah. Well, so basically, yeah, I'm interested to know why you don't recommend it.
Well, I suppose it has to do with what I think is valuable about games. So I think games are cool in that you do have problems to solve. You interact with people in most games. I mean, and so you do in some ways have to be creative. You have to think, and by solving problems in games, you like achieve certain things. You improve, and at the same time, you get to have fun, which is cool in a cool virtual world. And a game like this, it what it kind of does is it just hooks you because you're just trying to achieve something, which is a very arbitrary goal of making a bit more money, just having that money production go a bit faster. And this kind of hooks you because you want to achieve this, but you achieve it just by clicking around, and that's not really it's not really fun. I don't actually have fun doing that. I'm hooked because I want to achieve this. I want to make more money. I need to make more money. I need to build more buildings. But I'm not really having fun doing it. I guess that's why.
Yeah, like the actual gameplay is not very exciting or anything. It's basically just can you click on that button and can you click it fast enough so that you can earn more money basically. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess there are some things that you could consider problem solving. Like you have to cast spells in this game, and casting spells. Well, if you pick the right spells to cast at the same time, this kind of combo can maybe generate money a bit faster. So you could consider some of it problem solving. So maybe I'm not giving it enough credit for that. I guess it's just the clicking that bothers me. I wish it would be a little bit more interactive, more engaging.
Mm, mm. Yeah, for me, like the that part of the game was actually really interesting compared to other idle games like that. It's like all the kind of like um, uh, let's say like oh you were building your progression in a way because I found that Realm Grinder like gives you a lot of like options of choosing. Well, first like you choose like basically which race you want to play with, and each race has like a very different approach to how you gonna play the game, and if you want to like a more active posture towards the game or a more passive one, because usually yeah in idle games often you can choose to be clicking like a maniac all the way through to earn a lot of money, or play in a very kind of like passive, away from keyboard uh, stance. And so I thought that that was quite interesting, actually, like all the options they were giving.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. Actually, I probably am not giving the game enough credit for this because it's true that like certain races are better for early progression. So you do have some problems that you need to solve and you have to be a little bit creative. Although having said that, I'm not entirely sure if this is true because I mean, I just kind of ended up sticking with goblins most of the time after I unlocked the drow, and it just kind of worked. But I have a sneaking suspicion that no matter what you choose, that you can progress just as easily in the game as I did.
It's interesting because I think I never played with. Did you say goblins?
Yeah, with goblins because they make gems very quickly.
Yeah, I think I played with them once in total, like barely ever, which is interesting, and it just shows that we do completely different approaches.
Yeah, and I guess both work because I managed to get to the third reincarnation, and yeah, I didn't have any issues. I didn't spend too much time either. I just clicked a lot. I clicked a lot. So yeah, so I have a feeling that like even though there is a lot of choice, that everything kind of works. But yeah, I mean there is choice, so you still have to think a little. So I guess I was maybe a bit too brutal with the game. I have to give it that.
And did you use just out of curiosity, like did you use an auto clicker for the game, or did you click manually?
Oh, I clicked manually. I clicked manually.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I did use an auto clicker in the end, and I think like actually it's funny because when you read a bit like the strategy guides on the game and stuff like that, actually recommend, and especially with some races
yeah, elves, I think, yeah. If you click a lot, yeah.
Angels and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's it's interesting. I really liked as well the you that you mentioned before, actually, the combo system. So like, you need to time your spells and time them well so that they stack together, and then you get like a massive amount of like resources generated just by doing that. And
yeah, so that you can progress to the next thing. But it's kind of like if you waited just a little bit longer, maybe you wouldn't need to do this because you just make the money anyway. It's just that you kind of are impatient and you want to unlock it as quickly as possible. So you go for this combo and yeah, I don't know. It's just that it felt like, yes, there are maybe things that you can do to progress faster. But do you really need to progress faster? You can just wait a little and eventually you'll get there. And all getting there really gives you is that, well, you build more buildings, you get the next upgrade, and you just keep making more and more money. And that's it. Like, I don't know. I mean, at some point you just stop, right? And there's no feeling of having finished the game or anything like that. So it's kind of a hollow experience, in my opinion.
yeah, and it seems like so one thing that I thought was interesting with like the progression of the game is that they release kind of like entire set of new features like even quite late in the game experience. And so when I was reading, like again, like I was reading online because I didn't go all the way to, for example, reincarnation 20 or 50, or like like if you really get hooked on the game and go that far, well, you get things like apparently you unlock like a research tree and things like that. I thought it was like a very interesting choice from the game designers to actually keep the features for so far into the game. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that is cool. I also saw that they had basically live ops. So these are events in game that trigger. I was playing in February, so there was a Valentine's Day event, which also like helps with your progression a bit. So it is cool
what happened? What happened?
I don't actually remember. I think it unlocked. There was some kind of a parallel hearts currency or something, and there was a spell, and the spell gave you hearts, and that allowed you to basically unlock other improvements that made you more money. I don't know. It just made you more money, man. At the end of the day. That's it.
Oh, monetizing Valentine's Day. Damn.
Yeah, and in fact, now that you bring it up, this is also something that is kind of it may be a little bit evil about a game like this because it does get you hooked, and it does have in-game purchases. So yeah, you have to be careful, right? Because you could very easily, if you just want to make more money in game, end up spending real money in life. And while on one hand it's cool to, like, if you really play the game and have fun, it's cool to give a little back to the developers. But on the other hand, you don't want to spend too much money on this, and you could very easily end up spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars potentially.
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree. I actually spent some money on the game, but usually what I do, like in games like that, they often have like a kind of like support pack or something. And I think this one did actually. They had like an option at like $5 or something.
Yeah, and I think this is okay. Yeah, I mean it's cool to actually pay back because I mean you are playing the game and you should, like, the developers have invested time, so you should like spend some money on it. I think this is fine.
Yeah.
It's just that it allows for certain people who have, you know, gambling issues to spend way too much money. So it's
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
I'd probably prefer for the game to have a little bit of payment up front and not have any in-game purchases, especially when it's a game like this, which can become addictive. But on the other hand, I don't mind too much. I think it is cool, like I said, that like indie game developers can make money by building a game like this. It's just that, yeah, I mean, I personally find it a little bit of a hollow experience, but yeah, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, like on my side, yeah, I actually would recommend the game to other players who like this type of game in general. And I think in the idle game genre, it's actually a really good example. And for example, I thought it was much deeper than Adventure Capitalist or Adventure Communist as well, and a lot of other games like that I've played because I actually really like that genre myself. So yeah, I'm playing actually another one at the moment called the Leaf Blower, but I'm not gonna go into that. Yeah, it will be probably another topic. But yeah, no, I think in that style of game, really, like if you like that, yeah, go for it and try it. I would say.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, if you like this and you like it for good reasons, not gambling reasons, then go for it. See that money number soar. So yeah, for sure. Although yeah, maybe getting an auto clicker is a good idea because I don't know about you, but clicking so much it can really hurt your wrists. So
yeah. No. Yeah, I didn't. I wanted to preserve my wrist, so yeah, I let the machine do the work for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's about it about this game. So yeah, I guess as a final verdict, well, I think cool that games like this can be made, and yeah, if you know what you're getting into, go for it.